gentlemen, welcome. This is the official Skin Flu podcast. I'm your host, Jordan Fecco, and I'm here today with...
Dylan Baltazar, hey-o!
And...
So, I'm Grant Hurd.
And, you know, this is going to be the first little pilot episode, so we're just going to be trying some shit out, seeing what sticks, you know. Hope you guys enjoyed that beautiful intro solo by Dylan himself. What a fantastic fucking guitarist. Absolutely love this kid.
Oh, thanks, babe.
So today, what are we talking about, fellas? You know what? Let's just start out. How are we doing? Grant, what have you been up to lately? How's life?
Man, I've been busy, you know. I've been driving all around California looking at new colleges because, call me disloyal, but I'm going to transfer out of my college. I was an Oregon State Beaver, but we're looking down south, SoCal now.
All right.
But I just got back today, so I'm kind of tired, but
Yep.
you got to make it happen.
That's all right, man. Podcast is a must. You know, you got to go on that. And Dylan, how have you been doing lately? How's life?
I've been doing amazing. You know, just started the junior college for a couple of weeks. I started giving guitar lessons. Got a little side hustle going on. You know, it's never a dull moment in my life.
That's a good one, dude. I'm glad. I'm happy for you, Dylan.
Oh, thanks, babe.
All right. So this first little episode, I posted a poll. Well, I posted like a questionnaire up on my Instagram last week, and we got a few questions. So I say the first one that I think we should start out with is, what is the dumbest shit we did in high school? So me and Grant went to the same high school, but we weren't really friends until after high school. And I certainly got some good fucking stories. I have one for sure that I know I'm going to share. We just referred to it as Operation F.A.R.T. It was a good one, dude.
So Miss Posberg isn't listening to this one?
I know. I hope... Well, you know what? If Miss Posberg is, though, shout out to you, because, you know, she was hot. But anyway, Dylan went to a different high school. He was in Petaluma, but I know this boy gets up to some fucking shenanigans. So I'm sure he has a few stories to tell. But you know what? How about we start off with Grant? Because I'm guessing this guy has a couple, but let's stick to just a couple small ones. If you don't have anything long, I have one really long one that I'll probably just tell.
I think so. I got like two. First one, I had a walker buddy, and we like never talked. I was like, yo, you want to be my buddy so we could like just have a walker? And she's like, sure. So one day she was doing like a camp food. It was like a camp food drive thing. And so she had a can of beans in the locker. She had like 3 of them, and I was like, damn, okay. So I took one of the beans and I threw it against the wall, and it splattered everywhere. And later in the day, I'm in class, and she texts me. She's all, yo, did you take one of my fucking cans? And I was like, what? And, you know, I just played it off, and hey, I'm sorry for those kids who wanted them cans, but it's one can of beans.
What was her name?
Tanya Arelno.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Tanya, if you're hearing this...
I'm sorry.
This is Grant.
I'm gonna get pink eye.
No, I don't know if we heard that one super clearly, but Dylan just put his asshole up to the mic and just farted into it.
Shit.
I hope it was audible.
My next story was, it was junior year chemistry class, Miss Maniscalco.
That cunt.
It was a really hard fucking class, but we got passed by working together as a team, and by that, we were sending each other work and stuff. But one day, Miss Maniscalco comes up to my desk, and I'm gonna call this it's been known as the chemistry cheating scandal of like 2020. Okay. One day I was in class chilling with all my homies, and she comes up and she's all, let me see this certain paper, you know, one of these assignments. So I get it out of my binder and I give it to her. And she did it with a ton of other people, and she took all of our shit, and she took us to the back and was like, okay, I'm giving y'all a class suspension and a 0 on the whatever assignment because y'all cheated on this. I was like, what? And I never really cheat off anybody, but I did send my work out. and, for help. But apparently during SSW, there was this one fool who had a Chromebook, a school Chromebook, and he had a whole Google Doc of all of these screenshots of people's work. And he had it open during guided study.
What a dumbass.
And she saw it, and everybody on that doc got busted for it. There's probably some more shit, but I don't really remember. I don't really...
Damn.
No. But yeah, that's a start.
Damn, dude. Always has to be that one fucking kid, man.
That one kid, bro.
Luckily I never got in trouble for some shit like that, but God, I cheated so much in high school.
Yeah, you gotta fake it till you make it.
Exactly.
Amen.
Alright, Dylan, I'm sure you got a couple, right? You've got to have something juicy that you can just spew out on the people.
Okay. Man, anyone I know who's listening right now is gonna fucking heard this like 1,000 times before, but last day of the school year, someone tried it the day before, and then we copied them because they did it, but they did it bad. So we figured this is a fun idea. Me and my buddy Nate decided we're gonna re-fucking enact this. So we're like, hey yo, bathroom party at lunch, last day of school ever. I'm like, get everyone. Except last time they only told seniors, and I talked to all the sophomores and juniors, and Nate knows even like freshmen. So we're like, fuck it, hit up everyone, and get out of like second period. And as I'm running because I'm like I got to be there first. I got to see this whole thing. There's already a mob of kids going into the fucking bathroom. I couldn't even get in. There's just an army flowing in.
Were they just eating like their bag lunch or what?
What?
No,
were they like eating food or something?
They were turning up.
No, dude, they heard there's a bathroom party and they were showing up. And we get in, and then finally the main guy comes in and he pulls out with a fucking fat ass beatbox. And, what do you call it? At this point, you physically could not walk into the bathroom. Even the stalls were filled with people.
Fucking senior year, motherfuckers! Dude, there's no way we can get narked. We can't get narked like this.
Dude, I know.
No, you can't get narked.
They're trying to get us out right now.
You can't get narked.
Look. Right.
And, I got so crowded, I was like, fuck this, and I just jumped up and sat on top of the stall and just got to watch the beautiful view from above. And they were fucking absolutely raging to Mo Bamba. Bitches were like fucking moshing and shit and just absolutely going off. Eventually, I think a kid broke a urinal. And then a teacher walked in and it was like, get out. And I'm like, all right, party's over. Then I was like, wait, is the party over? We were in the Cinderella, we call it Cinderella Stairs bathroom because it was right by a bunch of fat-ass stairs. And then I screamed. I didn't expect anyone to go with it, but I just fucking screamed, C-Wing bathroom! And I look at the freshmen in front and they go, C-Wing, C-Wing, C-Wing! And they all start fucking marching and get into a line. And we're like, no way. Yeah! So I'm like, fuck it. And then, this juniors, sophomores, and seniors came in too. We were all chanting, C-Wing, C-Wing! Just single file line marching, fucking right, left, and we go straight into C-Wing. Fucking, it's even more filled this time. And at this point, the girls found out, and they were like, this is fun, this is funny! And like, I started watching from the above. Like, I watched like a girl like tip her head in, and I look at her friends and goes, and the girls started going in too. We were just like, fuck it. We invited them, and we started fucking
having an orgy.
Yeah, dude. It felt like it. It fucking felt like it. I ain't even gonna lie. It's just fucking time of a life, And just the same thing. Everyone's going off. There was a lot more filming this time, and a kid. It's like just some Mexican kid brought like a noisemaker. I don't know what else to call it except that. It's a wood thing, and it almost sounds like a horrible rattlesnake. And everyone was just screaming. At this point, the assistant principal, Miss Dinde, walks in and like tries to is like, out. Motherfucker, bitch ass Dinde is like 5'3", and the thing is there's so many fucking people in there, and it was so loud that no one heard her or even saw her, because she just walked in and it just felt like throwing a fucking brick into a lake. It's just gone. And she had to go in and get like 4 other teachers to start like grabbing us out. And someone has a video. It looks like a fucking clown car. The video of the kids running out single file. And as they're going out, I'm like, gotta commit. And I go, A-Wing! And I'm like, there's no way they're gonna keep doing it. And they do it. They're all like, A-Wing! 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 A-Wing!
Bro. There's so many of them. They just keep going.
Fucking march down to A-Wing, dude. Now we're fucking blast. I mean, I fucking hate it, but they were blasting Travis Scott. It just the fun never fucking ended. By the last walk, by the last trip down to the last bathroom, we didn't even fuck. We started blasting it in the hallway and making a trip down, dude.
And you got videos of this, right?
Yeah, I do have video. I have video evidence.
I'm probably putting this up on YouTube, so if I can get those videos,
Jamie, pull that shit up real quick.
I'll pull them up, dude. I'll have a little clip in there.
Sick.
Everybody can see what chaos ensued, because I've seen the videos.
Yeah, Grant, I'll have to show you after the podcast.
Yeah,
That's
dude, I know.
This.
I know how fucking crazy. I mean, I feel like the influence of you in high school, like, I feel like you just had that touch on people, you know? Just feel like
I'm an energetic guy. I have fun riling people up, you know? I mean, I'm always riled up myself. I just like to emanate energy.
Getting the men just, coming and supporting you, getting the women wet.
Oh, yeah, you already know.
Sounds like your fucking, like your catchphrase, you know?
Ah, thanks, babe.
Of course.
Shit. Operation F.A.R.T.
All right, yeah, okay. So this is definitely quite a fucking story. I don't know if Dylan's heard this story before.
I don't know that either.
Have you?
Yeah, I've heard it.
Okay, yeah, I thought so. So Operation F.A.R.T, as we called it. This was it's called this because that was the name of a group chat. We had a group chat that we pulled a few pranks. We had a first one that we did, and we have at Montgomery. Montgomery and Santa Rosa High School, big rivalry. So during the week that they play each other in football, there's a scooter race during Santa Rosa Nerd Day. So everybody dresses up like a nerd and dresses in Santa Rosa colors, just trying to mock the other school. And Santa Rosa does the same thing for Monty at their school. But so during the scooter race, one of our good friends, Jaime, I'm sure Grant knows. He's nodding over here. He's got quite the love for food. And
that's all Snapchat is.
And he somehow is like the master of just stealing food whenever he has the chance. So he went on a mission to the cafeteria and he got probably fucking 100 ketchup packets. And I'm not exaggerating. It must have been 100. There were so many fucking ketchup packets. And so what we did is the scooter race went right by the area that we all hung out. And if you take a ketchup packet and you just twist it up, it just becomes like a fucking bomb. And the minute that thing gets touched by a shoe or you throw it against a wall, whatever, it just explodes. And so we're sitting there during lunch when the scooter race happened, right before it's going on, and we are twisting up these fucking ketchup packets and throwing them all over the floor. And I mean, we had that hallway littered full of fucking ketchup packets, dude. And when those kids came through on those scooters, it was like a fucking bomb went off. I mean, it looked like D-Day out there. There was just blood.
All over the place, yeah.
Ketchup. Yeah, all over. On the walls. And
blood,
fucking
shit, fart, cum, seminal fluid.
Yeah, exactly. So just a wave of just ketchup just all over these fucking kids as they're rolling through on their scooters. God, but we got in trouble for that. Because there's a lot of cameras around our school. And they saw us on the cameras, and everybody got called up to the office and was given a stern talking to, and even threatened some suspensions.
They're so soft.
Yeah, it was pretty soft. But so us being the very law-abiding and nice gentlemen that we are, we of course took their warning, and upped the ante to a fucking max and just went
They doubled down.
just went fucking crazy. But this time we actually thought it out. So this brings us to Operation F.A.R.T. Operation F.A.R.T. starts this group chat. We have this idea the same week, on that Friday, the day of the game when they play Santa Rosa. They have Pandy's funeral. So Pandy the Panther is Santa Rosa High School's mascot. And we do a whole big parade, you know, where we take the fucking panda, like they have the mascot costume, and they bring it around in a coffin, and walk around school. And this is the one assembly of the entire year that every single student goes to. Like, we're a pretty big school. I think it's like 2,200 kids, you know, 2,000, somewhere around there. So all the other assemblies are all, like, in parts, you know. Half the school goes. But this one is everyone. And so the fucking gym is just packed. I mean, not a fucking spot you can sit. People are standing. People are sitting on the floor. Like, it is a
People are just shitting on the floor, cumming their pants, and panty putting their fucking tapioca
yeah,
here.
dude. Kids are shooting up heroin underneath the fucking bleachers and doing coke.
We're
shit
getting
like
excited here.
that. Yeah, so we have the great idea. The gym. Okay.
Do it in the mic next time, Grant.
For real.
Sorry, my
Another
bad.
fart, courtesy of Grant Hurd this time.
You're welcome.
I'll try to squeeze one out by the end of this. So anyway, so the gym is the one place in our whole school that there is 0 cameras. And even if there was, there's so many kids in there, and they turn off all the lights.
It is dark.
Yeah, it is super dark because it's supposed to be a funeral, you know, so it's just like candle lit. They all put all these like fake candles, the ones with little lights in them around. So we have this idea, Operation F.A.R.T. Fart bombs. Me and my friends were obsessed with them during this year. This would have been my senior. No, yeah,
Junior?
I think,
It was your senior
I think
year.
it was my senior year.
It was.
Early senior year.
Because I was a junior.
Yeah, and so, so we have this group chat, and we say, dude, this would be perfect. We can fart bomb Pandy's funeral. So we get like 5 or 6 fart bombs, and these things reek, dude.
They're
They
legit.
reek. I mean, when they go off, it is like rotten egg smell galore, and they cover some fucking ground.
Yeah.
And, you know, we used to do shit at the mall, throw them at the mall and shit. And, I mean, I even had a friend one time, this fucking big white dude, like, said he was in the military, and she was like, I'm putting you under fucking citizen's arrest for farting.
My ass, right?
For setting off this fart bomb in the cafeteria area. But anyway, so, that day, we bring fart bombs. I brought them. I had about 5, I think, in my backpack. So I brought them from home, had them in my backpack, so nobody ever saw them. And this group chat, super secretive. The idea was that once we have it planned, everybody deletes every message they sent and leaves the group chat. So it is like untraceable.
Yeah.
And I brought the fart bombs, had them in my backpack at home, brought them in, so no camera ever saw the fart bombs. Bring the backpack to the assembly, which they allowed for some reason, which is kind of stupid. So once we're in, we have like a row of us, probably 8 of us, and everybody's like strategically placed. So the 5 people in a row, it's like if you're on the far right, you throw it as far to the right as you can. Next person, a little bit more right. Person in the middle just drops it. Other 2 on the left, throw it to the left. So we like spread out over the entire gym. Like that was the whole goal. And in the middle of the assembly, you know, they're just talking, doing their thing, and we like look at each other and we just give this nod. And I hand them out. Everybody's holding one. We just pop them, drop them under the bleachers, all to our desired locations, of course.
And then this is where I come in.
Yeah, and it is like dead quiet because this is a funeral, right? Like it is quiet. Pops. It sounds like a fucking gunshot going off. Like they're kind of loud, and you just hear pop, 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 pop.
And I was like, what the fuck?
And I looked around because I was just waiting. Like me at this point, I'm quite an asshole. Still am, but I just wanted to see these people go fucking berserk. So I'm looking around after these pops go off. People are looking over their shoulder like, what the fuck was that? And suddenly, kids in the top, somebody just gets up and is just like, what in the fuck is that? They just start yelling. And they're like, oh my fucking god, this is horrible. And kids are getting up. They're standing up in the middle of this assembly.
And they are leaving.
And they just start walking.
It's the funniest shit because
there's so many goddamn people, everyone in front of, like, the people in the back who are getting up and leaving, you're just forced to start going. So the middle of the assembly, this shit is just getting shut down, dude. Everybody's just rushing to the doors. Like, the fucking teachers are trying to keep people in their seats, and everybody's like, no, fuck that. People are almost puking.
I saw the teachers' pets, the teachers' pets were, like, crying. It was so funny. Like, oh, my God, he's thinking
the ASB kids who, like, organized the event.
Funniest
I'm sorry.
shit ever.
Thinking back on it now, if you were in ASB and you're listening to this...
Don't be sorry. You committed to it, man.
I'm not that sorry.
That shit was funny.
It was funny. It was so fucking funny. And so... I am, like, loving it, dude. I'm cracking the fuck up. I'm smelling it myself, so I'm gagging, too. People are just rushing the doors. I mean, it is a shit show. Like,
Miss P was all looking around like, who did it?
Miss P, oh, my God. Love you, Miss P. She started grabbing kids, and I'm in the middle of this sea of people, and she started pointing at people like, you stay, you stay. And I had one more, because the plan was, since there's so many kids rushing to these doors, and obviously people can't fit through the doors all at once, it's like a traffic jam right at the doors. And my plan was to drop one in that crowd, and just fuck everyone at the doors, too. But, with Miss P grabbing kids, she's literally pointing at kids that are, like, standing next to me. So I'm like, alright, dude, I need to get rid of this shit before we get caught. And so, I pop it, I throw it underneath, I start walking, right as I'm, like, next to Miss P, like shoulder to shoulder with her, and she's grabbing kids, it pops, and it just draws her attention, and she just walks away, dude. And that shit saved me, because I don't know what would have happened, man. It was quite a fucking ordeal.
Did any, like, the kids she was grabbing, were any of them, like, the actual kids that did it?
No, she was grabbing all, like, the bad kids, the kids who were, like, always getting in trouble and shit, but she didn't grab a single kid that was in
obviously,
her group.
did no one get in trouble because they just could not pinpoint that shit?
Yeah, no, I never got in trouble.
That's awesome.
We had kind of like a pact that was like, you don't talk to no one about this, because if it got out to the wrong person, obviously they could turn you in, kind of thing, and who knows what could happen.
Can't trust nobody.
It could fuck it up, because at this point, it's early, so, we're kind of worried about our graduation. There's been things in the past where people have been held from graduation or going to prom.
That sucks.
Which would suck. But, yeah, dude, none of us got in trouble. I kind of broke the pact early. I told a few people in my fucking gym class because I knew they wouldn't snitch, but I never got in trouble, dude. But to this day, this one kid, man, Grant knows him too, right after the pops went off and the people started smelling it, I'm like probably 2 rows back from this kid, like 20 or so feet away. This kid, Shay Ledger. Love Shay, man. He's a cool guy. If you're watching this, Shay, love you. But we were in math class together that year, so I knew him pretty well. He, like, turns around, looks straight at me, and goes, Jordan, was this you? And I was just like, no. But, to this day, I don't know how he, I don't think he really knew, but he just knows me. I think he just knows me well. And he was just like, dude, I feel like this is something you would do. And God, dude, I'm lucky. He didn't fucking, oh God.
Why, would he have said something?
No, I don't think so.
I
feel like Shay's a pretty, he's pretty chill. I don't think he would have snitched or nothing, but God, man, I played that shit off. I was like, no, wasn't me. It's not me, dude. God. Yeah, that was something. That was quite a journey.
What's next?
Okay, so, hold on.
Should we get to the, Okay. Jordan contributed. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Some gas from one of my ends.
Should we get to the parties?
You know what? I just want to go through a couple of these real quick.
Okay.
These are the people that have asked me some things. So we'll see if there's something in here. I'll check the list real quick, see if there's anything worth
Jamie, pull that shit up real quick.
To. If not, I know there's a couple in here that are actually really good.
Jamie, pull up that video.
I kind of want to wait. You know what? None of these are really... I don't think none of these are really hitting. I'm probably going to put up another post after this podcast goes live. But, as Dylan was mentioning, I had this other idea, of course. A great topic.
Oh, boy.
And Grant has never heard this story before.
I
So-
not only do I want to do story, I think I want to go into stories. I think I want to give Grant my whole fucking like life story of this summer, dude. I want to get into
Of
it.
this day.
No, just of summer. Like
Summer.
Dylan,
Sorry,
Dylan
you don't even know what I did,
dude.
man.
Dylan
I-
had this last summer for Dylan was something fucking else, and I am blessed to say that I was a part of it in several ways. But God, man, there's this one story. So this topic is gonna be, what is your craziest party stories? Like, go to a party, whatever, craziest story that happened. Like, what is the craziest shit that has happened there?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have Dylan close this one off.
Go for it.
Grant, I want you to open it up. I don't know, man. I'm trying to think of something myself right now. I'm sure I'll come up with something. But Grant, start us off. What is your craziest party story?
You know, I don't do a whole lot of partying all that much. I didn't really peak in high school, so you know who you are when you're peaking in high school. But you know, exactly. since I've been to Oregon State, you know, I've had my fair share of seeing some crazy shit. Not really anything crazy, I will say. I would say the most fun one though. I have a few friends in a fraternity, Alpha Tau Omega, and those guys are awesome. They always try to get me to rush, but you know I'm a busy man, so I can't really commit to something like that.
What he means is he's a bitch.
Yeah. if you really want me to go there,
Yeah.
but you know I've seen what they've done, and it's pretty funny. There's this one guy. You know, I took a basketball class. You know, and we just hooped for a good hour with some organized basketball. And there's this one guy, Jerry. He is the most funniest guy ever. He's simple. Like, he just does not give a fuck. He will do what he wants when he wants. So I go to HCO one night, just, you know, say what's up to my boys. Apparently there was a party going on. I was like, oh shit, cool. So we go down to the frat basement, and it is turned up in there. And the reason that is because Jerry's there. And I'm like, okay. So I go up and I talk to Jerry. I'm like, yo, I was in your not math class. I was in your basketball class. He was cross. He had no idea what was going on. So the party kind of started to slow down. And we were like, okay, well, what needs to happen? So there's some song going on, and everybody makes a mosh pit around Jerry. And Jerry is just turning up. He's going crazy. It's the most. I have a video of it. It is hilarious. He hypes up the whole crowd, and when like shit was slow, he like had like a little Snapchat thing, like it had a letter saying shit. It was hilarious. Not too crazy, but I don't go out that much to experience a whole lot. But I've seen some crazy shit outside of partying, but nothing too notable.
So let's take it to that then. What's the craziest shit you have seen?
Damn, bro, there's a lot. There's a lot of shit that goes on in Oregon. Let me think. One night there's a rec center, Dixon Recreation Center, and it's probably a Friday night. Everybody's getting fucked. They're coming back from the frats, and you just see out of nowhere, like, a shit ton of girls who climbed on top of the rec center.
Oh shit!
But here's the kicker: they had no clothes on.
They're just naked?
They were just naked.
Wait, college girls? Or they?
Yes, college.
Okay.
I hope.
What did you think? Like
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
what did you think? Like some just children?
Well, I was hoping not.
They were gonna say I was hoping so.
That's pretty crazy.
Were they bad though?
You know, I'm a loyal man, so I couldn't say
that's cap.
I couldn't say that I looked a whole lot. There's probably 4 or 5 girls up there though.
Damn.
Statistically speaking, one of them was at least moderately bad.
They do say 1 out of every 4 women is hot.
That's what they say.
And yeah,
Who's this according to?
This is according to my stats teacher from the junior high.
Yeah, see, that's whatever Dylan says goes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh my god, dude.
I
I mean, that must have been like some some sorority shit.
Oh, 100%, dude. And speaking of sororities, if y'all hop on TikTok, y'all see, like, sororities doing their TikTok dances on TikTok on your For You page?
No.
No? It's the most stupid shit ever.
You know, I guess my For You page is just a little different than yours, granted.
Well, you never went to college, so you wouldn't understand.
Well, yeah, maybe if I'm liking underage women dancing on TikTok, then I would have a
They're
For You
not
page.
underage, they go to college.
What about you? How do you
Anyway,
know?
it is the You're right. It is the stupidest shit ever. They get, like, their whole fucking sorority, and they stand in their fucking house, and they start doing the stupid fucking dances. And they think they're hot shit. But really, they're just fucking stupid and ugly. Mind you.
Sorry to any sorority girls that are listening to this right now.
I mean, it really depends on where.
I'm also not sorry, because...
This shit's annoying as fuck.
Yeah. If you're a sorority girl listening to this, fuck you.
He said it, man. Shit, man. They have buck teeth and big-ass foreheads.
I think you're thinking about Alabama.
Yeah, Dylan said it.
That's what I'm saying.
Straight from Bama.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
go crazy. Okay, let me. I'll add. God, man, I don't know if I want to add this because this is a story about myself. But I'll
moderate it.
If anything, later on when I'm editing this, I can just cut this part out. But so. I'm a pretty I don't party too much, you know, but when I first got into like the party scene, there was a couple times I went far too hard. And this story is certainly about the one time where I was the worst. And I was very new to drinking in any sort of way.
When was this?
This was probably very early this year, maybe March, April of this year.
Damn, okay, so you and me discovered drinking at the same time.
Yeah, man.
That's cool.
But anyway, so, I mean, maybe you've had a night like this, I hope not, because it was pretty shit. But, I went to some SSU parties. Shout out my boy Devin and Renee, man.
Take me to some. I want to fucking go to that.
Dude, I'll take you, man. You know what? You're a college kid now, so
yeah.
You're definitely invited, man. I'm gonna have to get you out. But shout out my boys Devin and Renee, for real. Bro, fuck. This one night, we go to Devin and Renee's dorm. And I'm a very new drinker, like I was saying. And when we show up, I just start drinking a lot, man. And there's this one specific drink, Pink Whitney.
Oh!
Absolutely disgusting drink.
It is the worst fucking alcohol you'll ever taste in your life.
Exclusively for white girls, man.
That's true.
Oh my God,
He's not
Pink
even lying.
Shut up.
So I probably had... I was pouring in a solo cup up to like the wine line. Which for anybody knowing, that's like 5 shots. And so I drank 2 solo cups of Pink Whitney. Oh, God. And in the meantime, yeah, straight Pink Whitney. And in the meantime, there was a bottle of Fireball on the table, probably had 2 or 3 shots in it. And they were just like, yeah, dude, if you want to kill that, go ahead. And me being me at the time, I was just like, yeah, fuck it. So I just killed that whole bottle. So I'm probably like 10 or 12 shots in. And then I also have like another 5 shots filling up to the wine line again of like, God, I'm going to fuck this up. My girlfriend will correct me. It was like the New Amsterdam vodka maybe. Or it was something like that. I don't remember exactly the brand, but shit vodka. And so I had another 5 of that, dude. And I started feeling it maybe an hour or so after I was there. And I just remember I went over to the couch because I got like a little living area there. I went over to the couch. I sit down. And I'm chilling on the couch, right? I'm like, damn, dude, this is hitting me. And so I go to stand up from the couch.
Grant,
wow, that one was a cheek rumbler.
Did you fart or did you shit yourself?
Mix of both.
I mean, technically your shorts still look white, but I'm afraid to see what's under there when you stand up.
Maybe he can show us.
Yeah, bend over, boy.
Yeah,
Alright. So anyway, so I'm on this couch, right? I'm feeling these shots. I go to stand up. I stand and just boom. Hit the fucking floor. Like it is
So to get low.
It is like one motion. I'm standing, boom, hit the floor. I don't remember a fucking thing after that. Not a thing. But apparently I had to piss like 4 times, and I'm a pretty big guy, man. I'm like 150, like 6'1" almost. So I'm kind of a fucking lot. And there was like 3 people that had to take me to the bathroom on multiple occasions, just dragging me in there. Shout out to them though. And a good story from that night. I remember apparently, well, I don't remember, but these other people were telling me after. Apparently I went to the bathroom. I'm pissing. And this other kid, Chris, he comes in. Shout out to Chris. And I'm standing there peeing, and I turn to Chris and I say, "Are you looking at my cock?" And Chris is just like, "Nah, man." And I'm like, "You should." and so Chris looks at my dick, man, and I'm just pissing, you know.
Like, Chris, what the fuck? You looking at my dick, bro?
And so I just heard the story that Chris apparently did that. He goes back out, like hops over the couch and just goes, "I just saw his dick." Just like super proud of himself that he saw my dick. And I was like, all right, dude, like that is fucking awesome. Because I'm a pretty open guy with my body, you know. I've kissed a few men in my day.
I fuck with it.
Yeah. You know,
Whatever rocks your boat, man.
You know, I'm gonna kiss you, Grant. Come here. Come here.
Get the fuck off me, man. No.
Come here, Grant.
Get the fuck.
Call stick feet.
Come here. Come here. Come here, buddy. Come here.
Don't kiss me.
Come here, Grant.
Just kiss me on the forehead, bro.
No, I'll kiss you on the mouth. Alright.
Oh, that was hot, bro.
Alright.
Woo!
You got him
Gang
on the
bang.
forehead.
Fuck!
Don't drop the soap. Don't drop the soap in Dylan's room.
I'm trying my best.
So yeah. Anyway, that's probably my most wild party story, I would say. But God, to finish it off, I know my good boy Dylan.
Oh boy.
He's got quite the story.
Oh man.
And like he said, this is more a story just of summer itself.
Yeah.
Because it was quite a
Man,
wild
what are you
year.
doing, man?
Put that shit down.
Good boy.
Alright, Dylan. Start wherever you want.
Okay.
Let the people know. Man.
Here's where I'm gonna start. Socially, I did fuck all in high school, and for a while, I consider me becoming more social is when I discovered the stoners. They're like, "You want to smoke weed with me?" And yada yada yada. And then like 3 weeks before graduation, I was like, "Fuck, dude." There's like so many. It's like I was just randomly meeting people in my grade. I'm like, there's so many random cute chicks that I just never talked to for 4 fucking years. And I decided, I'm like, you know what? I gotta change that. I've been doing fuck all socially for 4 years, and I'm like, I got 2.5 months to fucking change that. There was this one girl. Should we say her name? What do you call it? Yeah.
Yes.
Is that gonna be a problem?
I mean, I don't think so.
It's up to
It's
you.
up to you.
Yeah. So there's this one girl named Josephine Rocco, and she was having this party,
Last name.
and what do you call it? She was having this one party, and I heard they're legendary, so I'm like, I gotta get in there. And there was a couple chicks there, and one of them I was like hella crushing on at the time, and I was like, I gotta get in there.
Gotta get your dick wet.
Yeah, in one way, yeah. I get in there, and I'm like, fuck, this is a cool ass party. There's like so many people there, and it was fun. There was a lot of people there, but I'm like, oh wait, this is just all the fucking popular kid, like fucking retards. And she looked at me, she was like, because I was throwing a party next week, and she was like, yeah, she's like, I bet you have a fun party, and she's like, but no one throws parties like Josephine's parties. And I looked at her, and I'm like, I took that as a personal fucking invitation to just be throwing some of the hardest hitting fucking just ragers in existence. The first one, a flop. Maybe 20, 15 people.
I was there, right? I was there.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun. The people that were there were my friends,
Yeah,
so it was
cool.
a function where it was fun, but like it was no party per se.
Yeah, much more kickback vibe.
Yeah. There was a kid playing FNAF in the hot tub. What do you call it? And that was pretty memorable. I'll say
I have
that.
a great photo of that.
Oh, you put it on your story, didn't you?
Such a good photo of that.
So anyways, my birthday is coming up. No, And I'm like, Mom, can I have a party for my birthday? And she's like, yeah, that's fine. And so I'm like, okay. And I'm like, can I have more people? And I'm like, how many? And I was just like, we'll figure it out. Because I wanted to, I knew for sure I just wanted to have more people and my mom would be chill with, but I was just not saying. So I was like, yeah, I'll figure it out. I just kept saying that, like, literally, like, the day of. She's like, so how many? She's like, oh, it shouldn't be, like, too bad. Don't be specific. And what do you call it? My expectations started being pretty low, but apparently from the first one, all the same people come to the first one. When you throw a gathering, like, different people find out about it. The first one was maybe 15 to 20. The second one potentially ended in 35 to 40s.
It's almost doubled.
It was definitely party worthy, you know?
Yeah.
People doing beer bong, body shots, what do you call it? Alcohol. I did not realize there's gonna be that many people there, and we fucking ran out of alk. And my buddy,
I remember that.
Yeah, I have a buddy with a fake ID, and we were basically like, everyone was bitching, dude. I was like, where the fuck's the elk? We're like, fuck it. And I'm like, hey, man, I put him up. I make, air quote, podium. And I'm like, all right, everyone, since you want your fucking alcohol so bad, here's his Venmo. And everyone just started running up, and the bitches just started fucking pulling dollars out of their fucking asshole. Like, get me Pink Whitney! Quite literally, you know. And it's like, okay. And, I got a great photo too. Our buddy Liam probably drank like a quarter of like the first batch of alcohol that we were like fucking the party blew through. There's a photo. It's like it was on my Instagram. I got like it's funny because he's one of my childhood friends. And he has a twin brother's one of my childhood friends, and my other childhood friend Paul and my other childhood friend Josh like were there. So like it's the first time we all been reunited in like years. And, of course, he immediately got fucked up. And he passed out on a ledge. And we just gave him a pillow. And we got a photo together. And my buddy Sam Burkus took a photo. Like in Snapchat text. It was like, air quote, I'm not drinking tonight. With Liam just fucking gone. It was overall like a fun night. What do you call it? So, that ends. And the next day, my parents are like, hey, buddy, we're going to be gone for a weekend, this weekend, literally, like, not even a week after my, like, first real party.
I think all of these happened, it was like, each one was a week apart.
Yeah!
So it was
Jesus
like,
fucking
it was like
dude.
one Friday night, the next week, the next Friday night, and then this takes us to the last one.
Yeah.
Which would have been that third Friday night, so.
And so I'm like, all right, baby, if we're doing this is probably my last party of the summer. And I'm like, I've been wanting to rage her. I'm like, we gotta Hail Mary this shit. And I decide I'm going to be smart about it. It's not a smart decision, but they're smart tactics. So, what do you call it? I made this giant snap story. And what do you call it? I made, like the people that went, I put them on there, and I'm like, on the snap story, first post was like, all right, if you want to bring your friends, have them, give them my snap and have them add me, and I'll add them to the story. So I could kind of keep, like, a head count. And also I'd make announcements about the party before it happens. And I decided, everyone was making fun of me for this, like, it's not going to work. In theory, it didn't work because people drink too much, but it helped, and it would have worked if they stayed sober. I was calling it management crew. I was having like 10 friends over, and I'm like, okay, you guys are gonna stay sober, and we're literally gonna have you posted up in different parts of the house, and like, what do you call it? If shit gets too rowdy, like, y'all let me know. We had a guy up the front with the police scanner, and he was sitting there, like, listening for, like, calls on my address.
Yeah.
And shit. And we went to the neighbors' houses. We were all worried because, like, the neighbor... Because we're gonna... This is the first time we were telling them, like, hey, we're gonna have a party. If it's too loud, we'll turn it down. And we were kind of nervous because, we're just now telling the neighbors after having, like, 2 fucking parties. So I'm probably like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
And the lady was actually really nice. She was like, "Oh, you gotta graduate high school, blah blah blah. You have fun." Like, they're all like, "Yeah, whatever. We don't give a fuck." Okay. So I come over, have my friends over 4 hours early, and we go in the house, and we took photos of how the house was organized, and just every delicate thing and piece of furniture we could find.
Move it.
We all put it in my parents' fucking bedroom. With the chinchilla cages, the furniture, my mom's decor, especially my mom's wine, dude. Just hit it. All the paintings, just... It looked like the house was on like open house or some shit, you know?
Yeah.
And and we locked the room, and then what do you call it? My buddy with the fake ID, he'll remain nameless. What do you call it? He was like, hey yo, I don't have to do an alk run in the middle of the party, so this time I'm just gonna bring a giant amount, and then I'll sell it there. And I found out like a week before the party, he started did look up like all the YouTube videos on how to make a cocktail and how to make this, and bought all like the mixing products. Motherfucker, an hour before the party, texts me, he's like, hey, I got a crew to help me, can you help me? And I go, I'm like, sure. And 3 cars pull up. And there's like 1 or 2 people per car, and each trunk loaded.
Jesus.
I remember
It was a lot.
12 bottles of Jack,
Jesus.
6 Sky vodkas, maybe like 3 to 6 Pink Whitneys.
He got this all with his fake ID.
I think they might have had multiple people. Or
Must
actually no. He you know what he probably did? He probably had to just tour
All
every
around the
single
place.
fucking... Yeah. I'm trying to imagine doing that at one store, dude.
Yeah.
And, dude, there was like 5 cases of White Claws. There was like 5 cases of Coronas. Fucking... Every, like... It looked like a fucking alcohol periodic table.
Yeah.
And it took like 10 people, like 8 people a half hour to get it all the way up there into my house. And we go in my garage, we pull out this table and like
Made a
fold
bar.
we made a foldable table, and we made a bar, and he's like, check this out. And he's like, pulls out a stand and a fucking whiteboard, and he just starts drawing out a menu.
That's
yeah.
sick.
And then it has like the prices and like their Venmos on it.
That's cool.
Yeah, and what do you call it? And the whole the whole week, I was just like making announcements like this and this. We had some plans. People were making fun of me. They're like, "This isn't gonna work," but I'm like, "Dude, it's worth it. Try to help." Like, we're gonna do the thing where like management crew was supposed to do we're supposed to have a thing where if like people are like too drunk, if you see someone that needs to stop, you put like a fucking black X on their wrist and like made it an etiquette, like be like, you know, if you see people, if you see someone with a black X, you like have to like you know, tell them not to, or you have to stop them. It's already not looking good. So, people are walking up, and I see people I don't know, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, you know, it's a party. I'm sitting with people I don't know. I saw a group of freshmen, and I was like, fuck that. I'm like, what the fuck? I did not like that. And they go in, right? And they go back out. I found out. They're like, let's go set up fireworks a block away. And they were doing fireworks and then came back here. And I was like, I was yelling at them. I'm like, you guys can't be fucking doing that shit, dude. You're gonna get the cops called before the party even starts, you know?
Yeah.
That's
fucking stupid.
Yeah, no, dude.
That was all before I even got there.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god. So people are getting it, and I just opened the door, and I just got to the point where I'm like, fuck it, I'll just leave the door open. Because I just people walking in, it's just random motherfucker. I'm like, okay, I can get in, I guess. We're at the party. We're going to try and do it. The last 2 are both outside. We were worried about noise complaints, so we're going to try and keep it mostly inside, and we're going to keep, like, so, like, you're allowed to go outside if you need a breather, or, like a smoke sesh. Like, smoking's outside. It just got so filled, we couldn't do that anymore. Dude. So we just opened the door, and we just started letting people filter into the back.
How many people came?
God.
At the peak?
Peak, yeah.
We're estimating 250.
No fucking way.
Dude.
Grant.
250 people?
Grant. Dude, it would have taken you 20 minutes to get from right here to the backyard.
Yeah. He's not exaggerating. I was here, and there was several times I had to walk like to the bathroom or something, which is like right across the hall from where we are right now, outside, and that shit took like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's like in Oregon, man. There was
so
party just like that with a basement and everything. Back to you.
So, and what do you call it? Now I'm starting to relax, And like I'm just getting hyped up now because like dude, half the fucking reason I was going to these parties there was I'm like alright, like there's a handful of chicks that are hella cute and I'm like let's get them here and
This was the original intent.
Yeah, dude. Can you believe it?
To beat Miss Rocco.
Fucking yeah.
My boy was Hugh Hefnering his house.
Jordan Belfort cut him high.
Dude, fucking and of course, all. What do you call it? It was fucking heaven, dude. And I was like, fuck it, because we did it at a couple others, and I'm like, I feel like it. I pull out my singlet, my headgear, and my shoes, and I have a wrestling mat. And I go in the back, we're like, clear the fuck out. And me and one of my teammates, so me and my buddy, we're gonna wrestle, and then one of my other teammates is one of the other team captains is the ref. And then another kid one kid was keeping score, and one kid had a clock on his phone, and we were doing wrestling matches, and people were they were betting on who was gonna win for a while.
It was so sick, dude.
That seems fun.
It was it literally was like a scene out of some fucking mafia movie where they're just like in a fucking Las Vegas casino. Yeah, Fight Club. That's actually a good way to put it. Where the people are throwing money down, just screaming. Sick. God, man, it was something.
What do you call it? So, the first cop scare came. Here was the problem I found out when there's so many people is that the word cop is spilled and everyone's like cop.
Yeah.
So what happened like 4 times is cop scare, where someone said the word cop and then fucking it was hilarious. I had never seen people filter out so fucking fast in my life.
I guess that's a way to do crowd control.
I was there, dude, and it was nuts. Like, somebody said cop, and it was like everybody just went dead silent. Drinks were getting poured out. People are, like, running outside. And from my perspective, I'm like, you guys are retarded. How does it make any sense if somebody says the cops are here to go toward the fucking cops? Yeah. Like, everybody just rushes out.
Yeah.
Like, you're retarded. You're so stupid for that.
Yeah.
But... yeah, that I was only here for a cop scare. I left probably at like 11. And God, man, shit hit the fan.
Yeah, what do you call it? So, it happened 4 times, and then it got to a point, dude, there was the one from, like, Josephine's party that I was, like, hella crushing on. She ended up showing up, and I was, like, talking. It was, like, one of the first time I had a good conversation with her. I was, like, having a good-ass conversation with her, and, like, Sam walked up to me, and he was, like, hey, yo, man, and he's, like, we got another cops, and I was just, like, I was, like, I'm fucking tired of cop scares. I looked at it, like, she was right there, sitting right in front of me. I look at her, I'm like, tell everyone there's not fucking cops here. Prevent the spread of misinformation. I'm like, we got a Chinese government this shit. And he's like, okay, and walks off. And she looked at me so fucking concerned. I was like, yeah, that's some sus-ass shit I said. Anyways. And eventually, finally the cops would show up. I remember all these people were like, dude, what the fuck are you saying sober at your party, dumbass? I'm like, this is fucking wide. So eventually they do fucking show up, which was just bound to happen.
Yeah. And
me and Sam, because Sam's good dealing with the cops, because he fucking parties all the time, going there, we're talking. And honestly, when you look at the logistics, like cops don't have the noise complaint, it's really not a big deal. They have to do it all the time. And as long as like some chick that doesn't look like she's 13 just fall over with a bottle and like passed out drunk in the front yard, they're like not gonna give a fuck. They're sure that people are gonna be drinking, but it's like what the fuck ever, dude. It's enough people like that. Yeah. So we just told them we'll turn it down, we'll start shutting it down, and then we shook their hands, and then they left. So I'm going in, I'm like, all right, guys, time to get out. I'm trying to, here's where fucking management crew comes in clutch for, like, kicking people out. This one fucker, I will drag your name through the mud for the rest of eternity. His name...
Time to do it. Damn.
Fucking, I did not know this kid, some random kid, he looked at me, he goes, hey man, dap me up, and I'm like, no man, you gotta go, and he's goes like, what the fuck is wrong with you, and then he just screams the N-word. I'm like, okay, damn. Now you really have to go, and we just, by the way, some stupid white kid too, he looked like, one of those like white kids, like one of those rancho kids that like white fucking dudes that are just trying to look hard as fuck, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it was
Skinny
like,
kid with abs.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
get out, dude. And I pushed him out, and as I was getting other people out, it turns out he tries to come back to the front door, and my friend JB's like, hey, man, you gotta go. And he goes, no. And then JB's like, yeah, you have to go, the cops are coming. And then he goes up to JB, and he just fucking...
Boom, punches him.
Yeah, and JB was almost knocked out. They start fighting, and then JB kicks him in the head, and then he goes down, and then, like, his friends come and pull up and pick him up, right? And this random other dude walked up to me, he's like, hey, man. He's like, I know who that is. And he's like, they are coming back. They are not gone. He's like, starting shit, literally.
Well, and wasn't there something with his shoe?
Oh, yeah, dude. He stole JB's shoe. He was like, fuck you. And then stole his shoe and then ran off. And I was like, not paying attention to that because I'm like, okay, I'm going to deal with getting these people out. Their car pulls up, and they just start going, like, just screaming, hey, fuck you, N-words, like, we're gonna beat you the fuck up, blah, blah. They leave, they come back. My neighbor at 1 a.m. is going to, like, take out the trash, and this car stops, gets out of the fucking car, and runs up to my neighbor, and tried to fight my neighbor. And someone grabs Parker. One of my friends has to grab the neighbor and stop him fighting. Because like, at this point, the neighbor was about to fucking catch a case, dude, and beat the fuck out of a 17-year-old. I just go up to the car, and I'm going to throw these motherfuckers in the dirt, too. In the driver's seat was shotgun with this kid named... And I looked at them, and I'm like, hey... That's your guy? Like, you're responsible for him? You gotta get him the fuck out of here. The cops are coming. And he looked at me, and he was like, fuck you, I don't have to do shit. And I was like, oh my god. Like, you guys just want everything to go to hell. We get them in the car. They leave. They come back. They come back with baseball bats.
Oh, God.
Threatening to break in the house.
Okay.
There's a girl that, there's a girl that got waiting for her dad to pick her up that got really scared and called the cops. And she said they were armed with baseball bats minus the baseball bats.
Oh no! Oh no!
I hear.
So she just goes
SWAT team. Yeah.
And I walk up in 5 squad cars, and I'm like, this is an awful lot for a second noise complaint. And me and Tom was like, okay, we'll go up there. We get out of the... Get out, we're going down. And we I'm about to put my hands in my pocket, and I hear, get your hands on the fucking air. It's like, he's like, fucking air. He was like, put your hands in the fucking air. And I'm like, oh my god. It was probably one of the scariest.
Yeah.
I was like, I actually about to shit my pants. And we got fucking detained, and they searched the entire house. Josh, again, 2 hours. He was like before, like a bunch of the bartending guys were like, hey, it's a little sus. We don't have the time to deal with all this elk, so we're gonna go just store it in your garage. We're like, okay. And they come back down. They're like, anything? And they're like, no gun, but we found and listed all of the alcohol. And then I was like, oh god, I'm so fucked. And they're like, nope. Whatever. All right, we're out of here. And like,
Yeah,
dude, when
they don't know.
Yeah, when we were getting questioned, there was a dude in armor with a shotgun in his shield that was about to break my door down because no one was letting him in.
Where were the baseball bats? Where were the kids at? Did they scram?
No, they were in a car. So the second they heard the sirens, they just boop.
Oh god.
Yeah, I know, dude. They got the free assholes got the free pass. What do you call it? So eventually they leave, right? I get back in, and it's just my, mostly just my close friend group. There were these 2 couples that have been, that one of them used to be in our friend group, and one of them still was, and they'd been both there, they've been beefing for a year, right?
Yeah.
And the one that we're not friends with, they're super unstable and just one of them's just fucking they're going down the hill, and they were both so belligerently drunk, and the of like the good couple, the guy from the good couple is just standing there, and the girl from the other couple walks up and it's like, you know what, fuck you, goes in my kitchen, grabs the butcher knife, and started chasing him, right? And then he had to grab her and like fucking like manhandle her and like detain her and like and fucking de-arm her of the butcher knife. And then the boyfriend of the chick with the knife is like, walks out, is like, you know what? Fuck you. You don't get to touch my girl. And then runs up to his girlfriend who's just sitting there, right?
Yeah.
And beat her.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, I know. This is like, what? The most wild fucking story.
Dude, I don't know how the cops didn't get called again. Do you know what that would sound like? Like, do you know what that sound like? Imagine that, like, volume-wise. You know what I mean?
She's just, like, screaming.
Yeah. And what do you call it? We basically had to stop, like, another fucking riot from happening. It was so bad. And there was this people, and it got to the point where, like, it was so bad. It wasn't just the couple, like, all of our other friends just couldn't handle it anymore.
Yeah.
And I shit you not, everyone was in a different room, just started breaking down. Like, my random friends that, like, had to, like, calm them down, I had to stop it after the altercation, just locked themselves in, like, 8 different rooms, and, like, I just, like, I just go up to a door, and I'd knock, and I just hear, like, get out of here, man! Fucking sobbing. It was like, I can't fucking handle this, and it just... Jeez, I was like, dude, I'm like, can you imagine if I did not stay stone cold sober this whole night?
Would have been messed.
I know. It was so fucked, and, I forgot. My buddy Brian, like, a few weeks back, I was like, hey, do you want to do a rally with me? Like, a morning rally? And I'm like, sure. And I fucked up the scheduling, and I didn't realize the rally was the next morning at 7 a.m.
Oh my
and, what do you call it? I wake up, I do the rally. The rally was fun. It was honestly nice, because it was an event when we just go on the country, and fucking, I'm like, okay. It was a good-ass way to fucking decompress and just try and forget about all the shit that happened the night before, you know?
Yeah.
What do you call it?
Nuts.
Yeah, dude, we, what do you call it? And I get back to the house the next day, and I look, and I'm like, let's see what the damage is, and I thought everything was fine, everything was looking fine. I'm like, okay, actually, I think all I have to do is clean up and it's fine. I look at my dishwasher, and it looked like someone your size grabbed a kid 10 pounds lighter than me and threw him right into the dishwasher. The front of the dishwasher looked like was a human head and like back indented onto the front plate.
Kicked it.
And what do you call it? It was so hard that the dishwasher got stripped out of the bolts holding it into the fucking foundation, and like it was like pushed into the house. Like 2 or 3 feet.
Shit.
And my Paul, God bless his soul, or my buddy Paul, fucking genius. I'm like, I call him like, dude, please help me. And he's like, okay. He pulled up, and he turns out also someone else. So after they did that, someone threw a potato in the dishwasher and ran it, and it demolished the blade. So we go over and spend hours. Power tools, fucking all this. We take off the front plate.
Yeah.
We get a hammer and like some towels and but put towels over the hammer and
fix
buff
it
out the fucking dents. We got some wood filler and we put it right where the stripped holes were. We waited a couple hours for it to dry off. We had to like have a couple people pull out and hold it in place while he drilled them back into place. And we super glued the fucking blade and reassembled it, and we ran it, and I mean it wasn't like at max capacity, but like it fucking ran, and I was like, dude, I looked it up, it would have costed like $2,000 to fix.
Did your parents ever find out?
So it's such a shitty dishwasher before that happened that they don't use it. And they tried to use it a couple weeks ago for the first time, and then like the blade immediately broke. But it's been so long since the party, they just thought it broke because it broke, and they went out and they ordered a new part and fixed it themselves.
I know that's about.
They what?
They're just like at the door and like.
Yeah. I don't know. When you call it, I'm like, dude. I'm like, yeah. I got so fucking lucky, and when they came back. My mom was like, actually, she said it to Jordan. She was like, "Oh my God, Jordan was there when
because I came back because he texted me, was like, hey, dude, can you help me clean up and put furniture back? And there was like a stain that needed like some fucking bleach on it, and I was like trying to clean that up, and he thought his parents were gonna be way later, and they showed up. God, that sucked, man. That sucked.
I mean, I knew it was gonna suck, you know. I was in for an ass whooping.
I mean, I heard, like, Dylan told me the story, so I'm just in here cleaning, and he goes, my parents are home. And everybody was just like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. Fuck.
Dude, and apparently Jordan's girlfriend, like, forgot her purse.
She
Jordan,
did?
Yeah,
Fucking forgot her purse.
Jordan was calling me, and I was not picking up, because I was dealing
so
with
I just
my
came
mom.
back and knocked on the door.
Yeah, dude, my mom was like, no more people for a year. And I was really bummed out, and I'm like, you know what, honestly, there could have been worse consequences. I did not think she was going to.
Yeah.
Like, a couple weeks ago, like a week or two before summer ended, I was like, you know what, like, she only said that the night she came home, like, she was that mad. I'm like, I wonder if she's, like, I wonder if she's cooled down. And I'm like, Mom, can I have a couple of buddies sleep over? And I was so worried. I'm like, this is not gonna go well. And she was like, yeah, whatever. And I was like, no fucking way. So I'm about to have buddies sleep over, like people over, just in the house for the first time since, right? We had a bottle of Smirnoff. We were getting fucked up. I got the most fucked up and tiredest the earliest. So I went to my room and closed the door and went to bed, right? Here's the thing. Normally, I have one person set up a little thing on the floor next to my bed to sleep with, right? And I checked out earliest, so I just went to bed and I never set it up. And my buddy Javi was just passed out on the couch. And so Colin did not have a spot to sesh. And so I was like, well, fuck it. I guess we gotta make do. And I wake up at like 4 a.m. and my dad slams the door open. He's like, handle that! And I'm like, dude, this is the first time I've had people over again and some shit already happened. Dude. I'm like, I'm never gonna have anyone over again, right? I'm like, what the fuck is it? And I realized I'm like, oh shit, there's no one sleeping here. And I'm like, I hope they didn't like break something. I was praying to God, like, please don't break something. I go, start walking. I see Javi's on the couch. I'm like, okay, that's good. I'm like, where's Colin? And I walk into the kitchen, and Colin is in his underwear and socks. And he was like Patrick. Like, he took the entire diameter of the floor. He was like this. Like, he looked...
Starfished out.
Yes, starfished out. Like, completely covering the floor. And, like, he was, like, happy, passed out, drunk. He was smiling. And it was on FaceTime with a random... dude, it was on FaceTime with a random girl, and she fell asleep, too. So I...
the FaceTime is going?
and I walk in, and they're, like, on the phone. And I'm like, what? And then when I said so, then it woke her up. She's like, huh? And I just hung up the phone. And
That's nuts.
Hey guys, Skin Flute, aka Jordan here. Thank you so much for watching the first ever Shit Show podcast. And yes, it is going to be called The Shit Show. I know I called it the Skin Flute podcast at the very beginning, but I just today came up with the name Shit Show, and it is here to stay. Gonna try to make this something that I do every single week soon. I don't know how consistent I'm going to be very early on. I'm a very busy person, so it's kind of hard to do these. But I really do want to make it super consistent soon enough. And really push some content out to you guys. I'm also going to be posting some gaming content. I don't know if I'm going to do it on this channel or a different channel. I might make a separate channel for gaming and this one just strictly for podcasts. But I'll have an announcement probably in the next one or next gaming video, whatever it is I drop, just to let you guys know what's up. And thanks again. If you made it this far, I really do appreciate it. I know it was a long one, but just hope it was entertaining. Definitely some fun stories that I really loved. So thanks, guys. Please leave a like and consider subscribing if you haven't already. Share with your friends. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.